Hi everyone, or should I say good evening. So I wanted to show you this card prior to me doing the candle reading. So I have everything prepared to do the candle reading, and I felt prompted to pull a card. And I don't know if this is a separate message or this is going to continue forward. I'm not sure what's going to come through in the candle reading, but I'm taking this card literal, or not. The way that I'm interpreting it is very literal. So I want to describe to you what I'm seeing here, because it seems to be a message here for someone. So there is an individual who is being helped. There's assistance from someone on the other side. It feels like a feminine energy, a soft presence. I was gonna say a grandmotherly energy, but but the energy to describe grandmotherly does feel like this elder that is warm, calm, inviting. Like their energy is very inviting. They invite you to sit down and speak with them. They invite you to spend time with them. They invite, as they were still here in this life, because this does feel like someone who has crossed over, that you would have known, and they feel like someone that it's a really this like that simple kind of love, that simple kind of relationship where they're reliable. You can always call them, you can always visit them, they will always be there for you, right? It's someone that doesn't hold grudges against you. It's someone that it's like this feeling of, if I feel like I've messed up, or I feel like I'm lost, I feel like I have all of this going on, this person was in their lifetime, and still is in spirit, someone that I can return to and feel at ease, and feel like they will welcome me with open arms. They will listen to me. They understand me. It's someone that I feel like there was some sort of, I'm not going to say that was a perfect connection all the time. Sometimes we do have those relationships where it's like there's literally like nothing, like everything's just always perfect. There are connections like that. This one, it feels like I'm seeing like a gate, like a picket fence, with like a gate, and it's kind of short, like maybe like 3 feet tall. Like it doesn't feel like you can't go over it. It doesn't feel like you're completely blocked from the other side, but I'm seeing some sort of fencing, and it feels like you feeling locked out, or you feeling separate somehow, and there's some sort of disagreement or rift that's it feels like this was years ago. I got, it's like when it's this interesting, it kind of feels like the 90s. It kind of feels like I'm hearing the word uncle, and then they're showing me Full House, right? So it's like everyone's kind of living together, and then you have uncles and like the extended family, and that's also like a 90s show. They're emphasizing that time period, or something kind of similar to that. and they're just highlighting it. There's not any grudges or resentment. Like, people got past it, it feels like, or like you did and they did. Or it could have been like people keeping you from that. Like, there's maybe that's not right, I don't know, but there's something that's indicated there. There's something there. So further, I'm also being drawn to her necklace now. So maybe she's known for the way that she dresses, or maybe like a specific artifact that she would wear, or own. I'm also seeing like baking, or like some sort of like breakfast or dessert, like something very sweet, like cinnamon rolls, like something like very like sugary or fattening, like something that's like really, really, really delicious, but not necessarily healthy for you, but that they were very known for, very good at baking or doing. And then they're showing me slippers, like house slippers. And they're kind of like burgundy house slippers. And then I'm seeing like a grandfatherly energy, and like a lot of warmth and love, and there's like a smile that's associated with that energy. Okay, so what I'm seeing here in this card is that this individual here has been working on like note cards, or like, greeting cards, postcards, some sort of artistic endeavor, right? Something that this individual feels very passionate about. They're very good at it. It's something that they've done for quite some time. There is emphasis on the flowers, like specifically, like not just, here, but it is being articulated to me in my mind that there is an emphasis on flowers, maybe even specifically roses, or something that looks like a rose, like a peony, right? Or a carnation or something, where it has like many petals like that. And so, what I'm seeing in the storyline here is this individual has been working on painting this, and they've been doing it for quite some time, and there's a picture over here in the background, and that to me is really drawing me because it feels cold. That picture feels very cold, and the way that that's being represented to me is that picture is represented as this person no longer being here, and it actually feels like several people in the picture, or like two people. It's two people or more that are in the picture, and it feels like there's just like a lot of energy surrounding that picture. So I don't know if it's because this is sentimental to you, like it's an old picture, if this is something, and okay, so let me explain first. So what this is representing with the flowers to me is that there is a specific reason. I'm getting another message. I said reason because they're bringing back to the flowers, and they're saying that that's representing some sort of like holiday. It's either like a birthday, some sort of celebration. They're highlighting that. So by the time that you're watching this, there should be some, if this is applicable to you, then this is around the time something very significant coming in. And it kind of gives me this energy of you going forward, and then that energy coming in. So it's like this is an upcoming event, and it's like you have to go to this event. So I can't tell if it's like just because time, so you're essentially going because time is going to essentially pass, or you have to physically go somewhere. It kind of feels like both, like you're going to be celebrating somewhere. They're kind of giving me this Like if someone were in New York, like on the outskirts of the city, and then you take a train into the city, like it's this feeling of a big movement, like a big movement, right? Because the train is very heavy. It's a big moving energy, so it's that kind of feeling. And then there's an event, but that event is not just like a physical event. There's like a date, a specific date that's tied to this person or people, that the energy that's surrounding that photo. Again, that photo, I can't tell if it's because, like, let's say that this is someone who also has people that have crossed over, and so there's a lot of energy that kind of just, it's just an energetically charged photo. Okay, there's like a lot of people on the other side that are connected. This should mean something. You should already know this would already be relevant to you. But I do see a lot of blues connected to that. It's cold and it feels blue, and that really feels, to me, what that's telling me is there's a little bit of unhealed grief that's connected with this. It feels very pleasant overall. It feels like there is some peace, or there is some closure, but there's something untouched in that, emotionally untouched, unhealed, that they're urging you to heal. They, meaning there seems to be other people. Again, it's this, like, they're more masculine energies. It feels like an uncle energy, or like the friend of an uncle, or brother of an, well, it would be another uncle if it's a brother of an uncle, or unless there's some other connection. I don't know how that would be, like a step uncle or something. A half uncle, I don't know. There's like other energies there that are wanting to come forward to you currently, and then they're showing like a picture, frame, like a painting. So I don't know if you have an old painting, or you're looking at an old painting. There's something, or you're going to see an old painting that's going to, like, you're gonna channel their emotions. You're gonna channel their feelings. You're gonna feel them, or something's gonna happen with this photo. I mean, not photo, but painting, that's going to be a sign for you, or it was already a sign for you, of who I'm talking about right now, these masculine energies or energy. Okay, so this feels very much like, so the flowers and her making these postcards and everything, what that feels like to me is that you're in your element and you're very good at this. It feels like this is very much like who you're meant to be, right? Like this is a part of, it's very much part of your essence, or part of like your interest, and kind of part of your destiny. Like it was kind of ingrained in you already. This is something that, even as a spirit, when you were perceiving this life, as you were planning to come here, or like kind of, I'm just specifying, like narrowing your vision to really see as you, flowers were a very big thing to you. Something like, yeah, I was gonna say that the flowers seem more symbolic, but it kind of feels literal to me. I'm seeing it very literally, so I don't think that I'm wrong about that. So yeah, they're bringing this up because you see how she's starting to write right? And then it says, author, you have a book inside you that wishes to be expressed. Make the time to write it. And this actually feels like this is what it's saying is the definition of groundedness, right? Taking pen to paper. And so it's this feeling of connecting, right? You can make as many postcards as you want, but that doesn't connect you to others if you don't take it to the market. It doesn't connect you to others if you don't share it. And there's this feeling of it's time for you to share your vision. It's time for you to share what you're excited about, or your, well, like what you envision or what you dream. And I don't know if this is like literally publicly, but it feels more of like a select person or few. It actually feels like maybe a love interest, like someone that you may have a connection with, or just, I think it's a love interest, honestly. That's what it feels like. It feels like someone that you are talking to in some way, some sort of shared connection there with whoever you're interested in. There's a mutual interest, but they're saying to share more about what it is that you like, why you're inspired, you know, kind of finding, it's not that you don't know why you're inspired, but it almost feels like it's so understood to you that it doesn't occur to you to explain it to others. And so people can naturally see you're passionate about this and you're very good at this, and that it's kind of like, I don't know why I'm using this example, because there's obviously you have something here, but they're switching it to maybe this is to show you a different way, but they're showing woodworking, and like a really famous woodworker, right? And how it's like obviously a lot of people see the value in what they do enough to like book them years and years and years in advance, and you know, all of this, right? And when you hold the piece, you can feel and you can see like how passionate they are about it, why it's so sought after. And you know, you can relate to that because you are an artist yourself, you're an author yourself, you love you know, working with things like that, like working with your hands, because you're, you know, it's very similar in some ways, right? Like you just share that artistic edge or vision, just in two different ways. But there seems to be something deeper to it. Like there's something more of like why. There's something about the why that's also so intriguing and so inspiring and so like it's a window to truly understanding you at an even deeper level. There's no difficulty in understanding you, but there's like so much depth to you that you kind of have to lead people to understand that that's even something that could be explored, right? Because they're showing me now a cave, like an underwater cave or like a lagoon, and so you are the lagoon, and there's like separate tunnels, but it has like, what is it called, the calcite, what is it called, anyway, the things that drip down, right? And so it's like covering some of the tunnels, and so it's already like mystical and mystifying to be under there, and they're already finding tunnels and going down it, but now you are actually guiding them down another tunnel, right? And it's like, oh my gosh, this is really, really incredible and amazing. So it's kind of just being more open with them, because you're not intentionally holding back, but this just something very it's going to open up your mind to where there might be blocks. So it feels like there's blocks, like kind of like this unhealed energy that I was talking about, untouched energy. So the more that you can help other people and like talk through it with other people of getting to know you, then that unblocks some of the undiscovered tunnels in your own mind of what has been overlooked because you didn't think that that was kind of being carried through your energy. So that's what I'm saying, is just this encouragement, but it's also guidance from this specific individual with you on this. And I'm also being drawn to her jewelry, right? This is your energy. The bracelet and the ring. She's wearing earrings, but it's mostly the bracelet and the ring. And it kind of feels like those bracelets that are, I don't think they're magnetic. What is it? Where it's supposed to be like charged. Remember, that was like a huge thing. It used to be super, super popular. Everyone was getting those. But it feels kind of like a heavy bangle, or like some sort of like heavy, something heavy there, some sort of heavy metal or something. So this is just being highlighted to me. And it's connecting to the pen. Okay. So that's that. Let's see what comes through the candle. I keep hearing where to. I'm also hearing it's where to, where for, but then it looks like Old English, like Shakespeare. So I don't know if you're watching old movies or reading old books. It feels very romantic. There's something very romantic. I'm seeing romance movies or romance novels. They're showing me, I actually haven't seen the movie, but they're showing me Pride and Prejudice. Maybe there's a message in there for you in the book or the movie, or maybe you're going to come across that movie soon, or the book, you'll hear it mentioned. And that's going to be some sort of synchronicity for you to, it's going to nudge you towards looking into it more. There's a specific message in there. there's a significance to, feels like Christmas time, but I'm being drawn to winter. So experiencing winter time or the holidays, like close to Christmas, you know, when there's decor starting to come out. They're showing me different. They're showing me like snow. They're showing me trees, like big pine trees. And then they're also showing chestnuts, but like in Italy. So like street vendors selling chestnuts. And then they're also showing me France and baguettes. So it's this feeling of coziness. It's a feeling of, I'm seeing Scrabble, like a bunch of different, is that what it is, Scrabble, where you have all the little letter blocks, you try and make words with it. They're showing that, and then they're saying to pick a place. So you're going to be having an option here, an opportunity to pick a place to go to travel to towards the end of the year and towards some sort of holiday, some winter season, an opportunity to go somewhere, fly somewhere. So there is someone here, so there's someone watching here, and I'm seeing, these are starting to look like cherry blossom petals to me. So whether that's Japan or that's Washington, DC, I believe, has a cherry blossom festival. There seems to be some significance to that season as well, and cherry blossoms specifically. I don't remember though, I know I mentioned cherry blossoms recently, and this feels like extra confirmation if you were to watch that and you felt that that was some, it doesn't matter whether you felt it or not, it's coming through again. So if this is significant to you, cherry blossoms are coming through again. And this doesn't have any specific meaning to me. This feels like there's something surrounding cherry blossoms, whether it's the fragrance, whether it's traveling to that area, whether it's some sort of meaning for you, that's coming through again. I'm seeing recycling, someone who's like recycling or repurposing some things, and it feels like it's like nature or Mother Nature or like Gaia, Mother Gaia, like I don't know, or some like fairy, oh, okay, so we'll say it's Mother Gaia, right? Grateful for what you're doing or what you did. Yeah, I've never picked that up before, but there's like not like that energy. It feels very, you know, very naturey. So very grateful to what you have been doing. I'm also seeing these turning into like bees, like bumblebees. And so, and then a hydrangea. It looks like hydrangea and it looks like bumblebees. So that's significant here for someone. I'm seeing like big places, okay? So like well-known places. Now I'm seeing like Hamptons and everything, you know, they have lots of hydrangeas. Lake Placid, there's just very, so I'm getting this feeling like there's someone watching here that's like some sort of executive, like a high-level executive, or you were on your way working, I don't know. I don't think so. Someone here is doing very, very well for yourself, okay? And I'm being drawn to this one that just dropped right there. And it feels like you are different among many. It's like there's something very, like something about you that stands out, like very, very different. And you see how like it's at the front, right? But it still kind of feels like it's like leading all of this, right? So it's like you leading all of these. But it's also the way that you think, or the way that you perceive, or the way that you see things is also very different, right? It's almost like you're more conservative. I don't know if that's like politically speaking, or this is also like you also being, if this is a separate message from the other, of you also being connected to nature, right? It's like you're the queen bee and these are all the worker bees, right? And they all serve you. And so if you think differently, then it causes this ripple effect. You see how, as I'm sitting here, it's creating like more different wax, right? And so they're highlighting that it's because of you that started this, and because of this changing, right, these that are closest to you changing, then these can potentially change. And so it's this feeling of it all starts with one little wax, right? The change starts with one little drop, and you are that one drop. And it feels like someone out here is wanting to hear something very specific, and the candle going crazy is just, that's the only sign you're going to get. I don't think that I'm going to say it. I'm not going to say it. I'm not getting it. I'm only getting that you're looking for something very, very specific. It kind of feels like you're doubting, or I don't think you're fully doubting. I think you kind of just, you're here, you believe it, you get it. But it's like you want to hear that one specific thing for it to kind of make sense for you, that this is for you, or you're supposed to be here in this reading, or I mean that's it, but I'm just saying other stuff. And so it's really being indicated here, like that was your sign, right? You're not going to get exactly what you're looking for, and it's this feeling like, well, I'm getting a very, I don't know, I'm sure it's a biblical reference, but it feels very like religious or spiritually connected in that way, like really godly connected, you know, in the sense of like God's teachings. That's what it feels. It's like a really, truly the word of God, of how we can have all our wants and desires, and we're perfectly we're allowed to do whatever we want, right, and say whatever we want, I guess, and everything. But I mean, yeah, I mean we are, but maybe some. Anyway, moving on. You're allowed to want to hear something or desire something, but that doesn't necessarily mean that's right for you. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be helpful for you. And so what you receive is what you need, and you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with knowing and understanding and believing and trusting that whatever messages you get, or whatever signs you get, or whatever guidance you get, or wherever you are that you're leading in life, if you're leading, you know, from a moral light perspective, right, and one that where you want to kind of be expansive, right, and learn more, and kind of all of that, right. You don't really have to get all into it, but just trust that you have all that you need. You trust that you can feel secure, that everything you ever want to know, everything that you ever are going to need, you have within you right now. And it's meant to be that way, spiritually speaking. And you know, if I mean, I don't like to get like too much into, because it's so many technicals, but I guess I'm speaking to someone very specific here. So basically, what you feel, you should honor. Where you're at and what you're experiencing, I'm seeing a bridge, okay, like a mossy bridge, and I'm seeing the reflection in the water, right? And it's reflecting a cloudy sky. And what Spirit is saying, what your angels are saying, what God's saying is, if you're yearning for the sun, you may overwhelm yourself in the belief that it'll never come. And in doing so, you're forgetting to appreciate what you normally would you would see revealed to you if you just trusted the sun would come back out. It would break through the clouds again, right? Because when you look at this mossy bridge, normally if you weren't craving the sun, then you would appreciate every fine detail of that, and all of the little lives that are existing within that moss, right? All the little microorganisms and everything. And this is a very, very old bridge, like thousands of years old, and you love that. And the reflection, and how it's kind of moody, right? The clouds, it's not like blinding, right? And it's just something that is so gorgeous normally to you. And so just believe that you need that shelter from the sun sometimes. You need the shelter from that to rejuvenate yourself, to hydrate yourself, to cool down yourself, all of these different things that maybe you might be missing because in your mind you have a different desire, but it's God's necessary kind of sheltering that you can feel and understand, or after you get what it is that you need. Make sense? Kind of. I mean, it totally makes sense, but the last part, I think I kind of any hoodles. So that's what I'm getting. And I'm also getting, so I had this card set over there, and they just showed the golden scroll right here, and that's also significant. So I'm taking that literal also. So this is a message for someone who is going to specifically have something that looks like this, or receive something that looks like this, and it's just an extra nod from your guides that they're with you. And then it says make wishes. That's what I saw is when I was moving this, and they're also saying make wishes. Don't make a wish. Wishes. Make many. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing. And I'm seeing also repeating fours, and 4141 is how long when I looked, but it's also repeating fours. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.